having problems adjusting from moving from Colorado to Texas since everything's so and I 700 miles away from home to a place where I didn't know anybody at, and I'm just starting to kind of get real homesick and kind of regret the decision that I made to move down here.
What are things you find different from Texas to Colorado?
Well, Texas is way different than Colorado. The scenery, for one thing, it's all flat, and like I'm used to hills and mountains and being able to go skiing if I wanted to, and down here there's none of that. But there's more like lakes and, because I'm more of an outdoorsy type of person, so I like going outside. But, and especially like moving into a city, coming from country to city, that's been probably tougher than moving from Colorado to Texas, is just the whole country to city change.
So you feel like the scenery and not being able to partake in the activities you did before kind of are one of the reasons you feel so homesick, and maybe if you could find a student organization that had to do with activities that you were used to back home, would that maybe help your transition a little bit?
Yeah, that probably helped. Like just being able to get more involved into it not being quite as different, and it's not going to be the same, and like my family's not moving any closer, and the road definitely does not get any shorter, but just being able to kind of feel like I still belong in something, and that it's not so like overwhelming to just not really feel like you belong to be here.
Have you become involved in any student organizations or found a job or anything?
I've gotten involved in Block and Bridle through ASU, and that's helped some, like being able to go out and work at the ranch, because I'm used to working with cattle and stuff, and then working out at the stock shows helped quite a bit, because a lot of people out there have the same interests that I do, and just being able to be around the horses and more of the country lifestyle that's out there has helped.
So you would find exceptions to your homesickness in things like Block and Bridle and working at the stock show office. Anywhere you feel like people have the same interests as you do, it makes you feel a little bit better about being here.
Right, because you feel like you fit in. Like there's actually a place that you belong, and it's not quite so strict, like awkward for not being, wanted.
Have you made any close friendships, or are you having a hard time finding people that you can make friendships with because of the lack of common interest?
I found like a couple people that I've, become pretty good friends with, and they've always been there for, no matter what I need. But just the main ground, like, people are so different down here than what I come from. Like, down here, people are a lot friendlier than they come from in Colorado, and I'm not quite used to that. It's kind of like a shell shock that they are so friendly, but then again, like, you don't have the same interest to draw into that and, like, make a lasting friendship with that. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just at the moment type deal. It's not something that you can last on and build good friendships where you can count on them no matter what is going on.
Do you feel like the friendliness of Texas people makes you kind of standoffish because it catches you off guard?
That's probably part of it. I'm not quite used to somebody just randomly coming up to you, so it makes me kind of shell up a little bit because I'm not used to that, and I don't know quite how to respond to that type of situation.
Well, one of the things maybe we should try doing is when you come into contact with new people and they approach you in the friendly manner, kind of give them back what they give to you. And even if you don't have a common interest, maybe you can just gain some friendships through that matter. And maybe finding people outside of your comfort zone will help you find comfort in being here. So, what would you say your experience at ASU has been?
Overall, it's been pretty good. It's been tough getting adjusted to, finding new people and families gone. But overall, it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed a lot of the experiences that I've come to. And once you, with Block and Bridle, you get into that clique and you go and hang out with people, and that's helped it quite a bit. But just, I don't know,
just being away from your family.
Yeah, being away from the family, and, a lot of the friends I had from home were people that I'd been friends with for 17, 18 years, so you pretty much know them like the back of your hand, there's no reintroducing yourself and getting to know new people.
So overall, you're basically missing your home atmosphere, obviously, and the relationships you built, because they're relationships, through and through, and there's no questions about the people you were around because you always knew everything about them. So, in an aspect, you're lacking that here in San Angelo or just here in Texas in general. So you kind of want to gain such relationships again, or just
Well, being able to like go into a place and being able to open up to people that you don't know and being more friendly around them and not feeling like you have to block yourself off because oh what if this person doesn't like me, you know? Just being able to open up yourself and not be quite as self-conscious,
right.
you know?
Okay. So you just want to find more confidence in yourself.
Right.
What are ways you feel like you can do that? What exceptions do you think there are that could be made to help you become more confident?
Believing in myself, knowing that, you know, I understand not everybody's going to like you, but if you block yourself off, then people really aren't going to like you then
Right.
because they feel that same blockage from you then. Like, oh, well, she just is acting like she doesn't want to know anybody, so, you know,
Right.
you send that message to that person, and so that's not helping your situation at all. So being more self-confidence in yourself to allow yourself to be more open.
Okay. I think that's a really good start. Have you developed a relationship with like an intimate partner while you've been here, or?
I've had a couple that I've kind of, you know, went to see and hung out with, and I dated a couple of them, but they're just, we get to bickering so much because, I don't know, I'm almost full German, so I'm pretty independent as it comes, and I found out they don't really like that.
Do you feel that this is something that is seen more in guys that are in Texas or broad spectrum?
That comes from both sides of it.
Both
That's
sides
not
of it.
something that just developed here. It's pretty much across the board. But I did notice like the change from Colorado to Texas. They do seem to be more friendly. You know, like they'll open your doors for you, buy your dinners when you go out. Colorado, they'll buy your dinners for you. They're not opening doors. They think you're old enough to
Right.
open your own doors yourself. But
So obviously your independence is a good thing because everyone wants to be independent in their own
Right.
way. But as far as intimate relationships go, would you say that maybe if you became a little less independent, it made your partner feel like they were needed a little bit more than about your situation?
yeah, that would probably help. Just not being so like, well, I don't care what you think. This is what I'm gonna do, and I don't care if you think that it's not what I should. And like actually listening to them, their side of the point too. That would probably help some. And just, you know, feeling like, cause making them also feel like they need you just as much as you need
Right.
them. Sometimes it's kind of hard to put across that they do mean something to you. When in reality, when they're just thinking that you're just using them for whatever and that there's nothing more going on with that. So that's probably, you know, that need from both
Right.
sides.
So basically making them feel like you need them, but at the same time showing them that they also need you and that it's a mutual relationship and not just a one-sided relationship.
Right.
Okay. Are you currently dating anybody or?
No, not currently.
Okay.
I just kind of, you know, I have guys that are friends, and that's about as much as it's gone.
And you're okay with that? You don't feel like by not having a boyfriend that it's making the transition from Texas or Colorado to Texas harder?
Right now, I'm probably okay. Like, it would be nice to have somebody that you know you could always rely on, besides the couple of friends that I've made here.
Right.
But having that person you could, you know, go home to, go
Yeah.
out and, you know, do stuff with. That'd probably be nice to have. But right now, I'm probably okay with not having it. It's kind of like an oxymoron type deal. I say that. I
Absolutely.
don't, but I do. One of those kind of
Absolutely.
deals.
It's definitely a hard situation because you do want to have that relationship with somebody that you can always depend on, and you certainly expect that out of an intimate relationship. Do you, I mean, what other things do you feel like hold you back from Colorado to Texas?
Probably, like just the adjusting part of it, because it's so much different, and the mileage between family, which is what we've already covered. But
Right.
those
But
are
I mean,
like
obviously, those are important things to you if they continue to get brought up. Unfortunately, we can't change the mileage between here and there, but there are certain things that we could look at, and that's, you know, setting up Skype dates with your family members, or any type of social media where you can connect with them, it's not necessarily them being with you, but it also kind of makes an exception to that being far apart. If you can see each other, you feel a whole lot closer generally. Is that something you would be willing to look into and maybe taking a part of?
Yeah, that would probably help a lot too. And like the whole guy deal, if I stayed up there, there was a guy that would probably be very good with, and we'd probably be very happy now for like 3 years. But I left, and that was probably something that was hard too, is because he'd always told me that he would come with me, and he didn't. So that was probably another thing that's kind of made it harder to transition, because I keep
Right.
thinking, well, if I would have stayed up there, what would have happened? Instead of moving down here.
So you feel like if you would have stayed there, you would have kept that close relationship,
Right.
whereas moving here caused you potentially to lose it.
Right. Like we talk, maybe once every 6 months now. But it's completely split off now.
Okay.
So.
So what we'll look at next time is over the next week or so, kind of go over and try to improve relationships you find on campus and find other student organizations that you can become involved in. And next time we'll sit down and see how these have helped you transition, as well as staying in touch with your family through Skype and other social media outlets, and see if that doesn't help the transition a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Casey.
Thank you.